What's going on, guys? What's up? I decided to randomly jump on here for a little bit. I was just making some thumbnails, working on Photoshop, learning Photoshop. And then I figured, why not jump on here for a little bit? So if you're in the Discord, you already knew this. So here we are. We have no fights this week. So I've been trying to learn Photoshop rather than making videos. Next week is not this weekend, but next weekend is UFC Paris. So we can talk about that. The following weekend is Nate Diaz versus Khamzat Chimaev, UFC 279, which is just, it's better now, but it's still dog shit. I'm going to probably make my grading UFC 279 video tomorrow, I'm thinking. But we'll see. I don't know. Because I'm waiting to see if they add anything else. They're adding fights 10 days out. And so I'm wondering, are they going to add anything else? So I kind of been hesitant. I was going to make a video today if I had time, but I don't know if they're actually making it or not. So I kind of hesitated on making it, but I'm probably just going to make it tomorrow. Tomorrow, we're officially, or I said 10 days out, but I meant like 2 weeks out, a little over 2 weeks out. But tomorrow, we're literally 15 days out. If they add any more fights to it, I'll be shook. I'll be shook for sure. So I might do a 1FC stream tomorrow. I don't know. I have no idea what I'm doing. At any time, I have no idea what I'm doing. But here I am to complain about UFC 279 and talk about UFC Paris, which is actually better than UFC 279. I'm going to Tapology real quick. Let's see, what's on UFC Paris? I know there's a couple good fights on there. Cyril Gane, Tai Tuivasa, Robert Whittaker, Marvin Vettori, Nasrat Haqparast, John McDessie, Charles Jourdain, Nathaniel Wood, Nasruddin Amaivov versus Joaquin Buckley. That's a good fight. Yeah, there's some decent fights here. It's not the greatest card, but it's arguably better than 279. It's not the same amount of spectacle, but it's still looking pretty solid. I think it's way better than I'm going to enjoy this card more than I'll enjoy 279. I'm going to either do 2 or 3 predictions for this card. At least the main, the co-main, and then maybe Nasruddin Amaivov versus Joaquin Buckley. But at least the main and co-main. I'm not 100% sure. We'll see what kind of news we got going on. I'll see what kind of news we got going on next week. I have not looked at any MMA news today outside of the Discord, so I'm going to go check and see if anything's been going on. Oh, Adriano Moraes fails initial hydration test ahead of Demetrius Johnson rematch. Yeah, so we'll see what happens there. I'm not even going to click on it because I don't care enough to click on it, but that sucks. That's the best fight on the one championship card, so that's annoying. I wonder what's gonna happen there. Outside of that, these articles are just garbage. Angela Hill to fight Emily Ducote December 3rd. Oh, that's going to be a barn burner. Can't wait for that one. Clay Guida versus Scott Holtzman at December 3rd event as well. Can't wait for that one. Guys, I don't know if there's something wrong with me or what. All I can think about is UFC 280 when it comes to MMA. I don't care about nothing else. I'm just like, I'm looking forward to 280, and now my back is itching. 280 is all I care about right now. And as far as MMA fight cards, 280. And it's so far away. It's 2 months. It's literally 2 months. So, hold on 1 second. And guys, throw questions in the chat. And I'll answer them in a second. I'm just messing around with some stuff. I don't know how many subscribers we have. Let me go check. We have 4,606. So we are officially 394 subscribers away. So if you're watching and you're not subscribed, subscribe right this very second. Don't waste another second. But anyway, guys, like the stream and throw some questions in the chat. I'm going to answer your questions here in a second. Thanks for joining me randomly. What's up, Billy? What's up, Fight Life? What's up, Sinister? Yeah, I wonder what's going to happen there. If you know, let me know. I haven't paid attention to any of it. I was thinking if Nate Diaz finishes Khamzat at 279, Danish, shut up. What's up, French fries? Perfect. I don't have class tomorrow. How are you? I'm doing good, Air Mamba. I'm doing good. What's up, Patty? What's going on? Got to make sure my boy doing mental. I'm doing good. Love the shirt. Thank you. The 12-month badge for French fries. That's crazy. It's John from New Mexico. He's listening while he's working right now. He's listening while he's working. Happy Thursday to you as well, Derek. I'm doing well. I hope you are doing well as well. I think Fialho is going to get KO'd by Salihov easy. I don't know. I liked Fialho as a fighter, but now I'm kind of – I don't know if it's Jake Matthews' improvement or it's Fialho's not as good as I thought. I like the matchup, though. I'm not going to complain about that matchup. Do you think Iron Mike can beat Dustin? And if he wins, should he fight for the title next? I think he'll be in the title discussion, but I think he loses to Dustin, but I think he can win. I think he can win. What's up? What's up? What's up? When you reach 5K, we should throw a pizza party. Yeah. We'll throw a pizza party for sure. Everyone gets pizza. Everyone order pizza to their house. Yeah, when we hit 5K, it's going to be crazy. That's actually a huge milestone. Why is SpongeBob crying? He's not. He's singing, my friend. He's singing. He's singing. He's swinging. He's singing Sweet Victory. Maybe he's slinging too. I don't know. Who do you got, Hooker or Puelis? Dan Hooker versus Claudio Puelis. I got Dan Hooker. Unless he can't stuff the takedown, he might get submitted. Puelis has got some good submissions. That's no easy fight by any means. But I think Dan Hooker is good enough to stuff the takedowns. Do you think Covington could end up fighting Burns instead of Burns fighting Masvidal? For sure. For sure. I think that could end up happening. I don't think Masvidal wants any of these tough matchups. I think he's looking for an easy matchup or a gifted title shot. Because he doesn't want Burns. He doesn't want Usman. He doesn't want Covington. He doesn't want Shavkat. He doesn't want Brady. He just wants something that's a little bit easier for him. Diaz all day, every day. Fair enough. I see a lot of people are counting out Justin Gaethje against Rafael Fiziev. Don't see why, though. I'm picking Fiziev, but I think Justin has a chance. Ferguson versus Jingliang predictions. I'm back and forth on this. I think Tony's the better fighter, but Li Jingliang is just so much bigger and more powerful, and Tony gets hit. I mean, he almost got finished by Lando Venata, back in the day, even when he was in his prime. He was getting clipped by Lando Venata and hurt. And he's always had a good chin, but now he's gotten flatlined by Michael Chandler with an NFL punt type kick. And he's coming back 4 months later. And Li Jingliang just finds a way to clip you on the chin. And Tony Ferguson's hittable. And Tony needs to wrestle him, but Tony's not going to wrestle him. And maybe even if he did wrestle him, Li Jingliang's probably too big and too strong, probably can defend the takedowns. I feel like Tony's going to win and then get KO'd again. He's going to be winning and get KO'd again. I don't know. I'm torn on that fight. Kevin Holland just saved UFC 279. I disagree. Thoughts on Islam initially turning down Oliveira fight in Brazil? That's why he's fighting in Abu Dhabi. I don't know. I seen Oliveira said that. Who knows what's actually really going on? I'll be the first to say who knows. But if he did, I'm happy he did, because I wouldn't want to wait till middle of January to see Oliveira versus Islam. You guys want to wait all the way till January? No. If Claudio wins, is Hooker washed official? Yes. I think 280's over. Fight Life, you have the dumbest opinions sometimes. I don't even know if I can finish reading this. I honestly think you think about exactly what I'm going to be like. What the hell is this guy thinking? And you just post it in the chat just to mess with me. I think 280's overstacked. I think good fights get lost in those stacked cards. I'm looking forward to it, but watching MMA for 7 hours can be rough. I mean, I do it all the time, but still. If you do it all the time, which a lot of us do it all the time, we watch the full cards, why wouldn't you want the best fights possible? I am pumped. That is the best case scenario for me, is a card like 280. That's what I dream for every single year, at least a couple times a year, that we don't always get it. You know? So you're literally taking a dream of mine and saying, this isn't good. It gets lost. Well, it gets lost where? Because I don't care about who gets media attention, who doesn't get media attention. I just want to see high-level, amazing fights. So I don't know what you're saying, man. I can't get that. UFC 280's too stacked. I mean, if they had a stacked card that was running 14 hours long, I'd say, okay, that's overstacked because now we got to watch MMA for 14 hours. No, UFC 280 is perfect. And you know what, Fight Life? If there's injuries and people pull out and the fight card's like lackluster, I'm coming to your house and I'm smacking you for it. How dare you? As UFC gets closer, I'm convinced Alamero will dismantle Islam. I have a feeling. We will see. Only time will tell. Only time will tell. Who you got winning between Justin Gaethje and I got Fiziev. I've been a big believer in Fiziev. One of my early streams. Who's an unranked fighter you could see being a future champion? One of my answers was Rafael Fiziev. I didn't know Baeza pulled out against Linesi. What a soy boy Baeza. I don't know what he pulled out for or anything like that. I didn't even know that, to be honest. Let's go over 280 with your early picks, especially for the prelims. I think it's overstacked. I don't know if I can go through my prelim picks. I really don't. Ask me again in a minute. Let me try to I guess I'm not that far. I don't even know, man. I don't even know who I'm picking. So these are going to be like rough picks. I haven't even thought about half of these. I really haven't even thought about half of these. Magomed Mustafayev versus Jamie Malarkey. I'm probably going Magomed Mustafayev. Hamdi, I forgot how to pronounce his last name, versus Parker Porter. I'm going Hamdi all day. Lena Landsberg versus Carl Rosa. I don't give a shit about that fight, and I have no idea who I'm picking. Armin Petrosian versus AJ Dobson. I'm going Petrosian. Abu Bakar Nurmagomedov versus Ghazi Omar Gadziev. I don't know who I'm picking in that one. I got to think about that one more. Volkan Ozdemir, Nikita Krylov. I'm not a believer in Volkan Ozdemir anymore. I'm going Nikita Krylov, most likely. I was a big believer in Volkan at one point in time, but he just didn't look good in this last fight. Muhammad Mokaev versus Malcolm Gordon. Muhammad Mokaev is going to win that. That's a layup fight for him. Makhmed Muradov versus Caio Barrio. I can't remember how to pronounce his last name. That's a tough one. I'm probably going Makhmed Muradov, but I have to think about it when it gets closer and look into it a little bit more. Caio Barrio is really good. Caitlin Chukagian versus Manon Fiorot. I absolutely love this fight. I'm probably going Manon Fiorot to outstriker. I think she's a little bit more technical. Marina Rodriguez, Amanda Lemos. I'm going Marina Rodriguez. I'm on the Marina Rodriguez train. I think she's better. But Lemos has good power, so we'll see. Zubari Takugov versus Lucas Almeida. I'm probably going Zubari, however you pronounce his name. Habib's guy. Just because he's Habib's guy, basically, at this point. Piotr Yan versus Sean O'Malley. Piotr Yan, Bilal Muhammad, Sean Brady. That one's 50-50. I'm probably going Bilal, maybe. Aljamain Sterling, TJ Dillashaw. I'm definitely going TJ Dillashaw. I don't see how Aljamain even comes close to beating TJ. Unless TJ's just terrible. Fell off a cliff. Oliveira versus Islam. I'm going Oliveira. But I could switch my pick on that one, to be quite honest. That one's a tough fight to pick. That one's actually a really, really tough fight to pick. Okay, there you go. There you go, Fight Life. Who's your favorite fighter from the early 2000s? I never watched that, so I don't know. Who you got in Ducati versus Hill? Hopefully Ducati. I can't stand Hill. I just need her to be cut from the UFC at this point. I'm just tired of like terrible fight after terrible fight and split decision after split decision and claiming robbery constantly. I just want her gone. Who's Kevin Lee fighting Daniel Rodriguez? It's not 100% official yet. 280's overstacked considering how bad the cards are around it. That's an argument I can understand, but I'll take it. I'll take the bad cards for one just amazing card. I got Ducati. I do as well. I do as well. Will you be pissed if Islam pulls out? And what do you think the UFC should do? I actually have a video I want to make on that, Jerry Mouse. I will be pissed. I think they need to reschedule it, though. I hope I can grow a beard like you one day. Yeah, it's all the Venom gear I wear behind the scenes. Bobby Green was giving Rafael Fiziev the business when they fought. That's not even remotely close to reality, dude. That's not what happened at all. Tom and Jerry or SpongeBob SquarePants? SpongeBob SquarePants all day, but I'm a Tom and Jerry fan too. Joe, with Kevin Holland on a 279 card, is it safe to say he's saved from sucking? I don't think he saved it from sucking, but he just made it a little bit better. I feel like Charles beats Islam, he should defend it against Volkanovski, and if he wins, maybe one more title defense, he should retire. I don't want him to go out like El Kukui. If Charles beats Islam, he can defend against Volk, and then maybe against Fiziev if Fiziev beats Gaechi in the meantime, I think. Man and Fury got to be lock of the year. Don't see that broad losing anytime. Yeah, but Caitlin Chukagian's pretty good. I take it back. Those early prelims don't sound that good. Still a stacked card. I like Lemos versus Rodriguez. Yeah, we got to see what's going to end up being on the prelims. I think they're good. The only bad fights is I don't care about the Lena Landsberg fight, and I don't care about everything's solid to me outside the Lena Landsberg fight for the most part. I like everything else. I mean, the Zubara versus Lucas Almeida isn't the greatest fight. It'll be all right, though. Zubara has, like, suspect cardio. Lucas Almeida, what was his? Didn't he just recently fight? He fought in June. Put out Mike Trezano. Yeah, so it's an okay fight. I mean, I think the prelims are really, really solid. Really, really solid. I rewatched Bilal versus Leon round 1. He was getting pieced up by Leon. What did you think? Yeah, I thought Leon was on the way to stopping him. Thank you for the $1 donation. Then I'll round it up more by 1 penny. Thank you, Hap Chandler. Appreciate you. Where do you see Damir Ismagulov in the UFC rankings around 5 to 10 years from now? Maybe champ? Where do I see Damir Ismagulov? Let me take a look where he's at now. He's just at number 15 right now, right? Just at number 15. In 10 years, he won't be in the rankings. In 5 years, I say he'll be in the top 10. I don't know if he'll be towards the top or not, but he's very, very good. But he's 31 years old. In 10 years, he's gonna be 41 in the rankings at lightweight. I don't think so. Very doubtful. Very doubtful. Very, very doubtful. So, like Benil Gamrot could have been a main event of a fight night in 280, would have still been stacked, but instead we got Dern versus Yan Xiaonan. That's fair enough, but I'm okay with it. I can live with that. We get shitty cards anyway. Who is Angela Hill of every division, UFC, Bellator, and PFL? Yeah, I'll get back to you on that one. I'll write you on Discord and fill you in on that one. 279 got better. Yes, it did. I'm going to do a video grading UFC 279 this weekend at the minimum. What do you think of Charles Oliveira has to do to solidify himself as a better lightweight above Khabib without question? Curious in your take. Honestly, if he goes out there and starches Islam, I think he's already above him, in my opinion. He's already above him, in my opinion. I mean, he's going out there beating the same guys outside of Conor. He's beating all the same guys that the best guys that Khabib has beaten. And if he goes out there and beats Islam, and then let's say he starches Rafael Fiziev, I think he's got a far better championship resume than Khabib. Is UFC's top 5 a fake top 5? What do you mean by that? I don't know what that means. Are you watching one championship later? It's aka tomorrow? Maybe. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Another top tier SpongeBob shirt. Thank you. Appreciate the 99-cent donation. Pat Barry's a pedo. Appreciate you. Why do I feel like that's the same guy just donating 99 cents twice on 2 different accounts for some reason, just because he wants to hear me say the names? How did 279 get better? They added Tony Ferguson, Li Jingliang, and Kevin Holland versus Daniel Rodriguez, but it's not that much better in my opinion. Wonderboy and RDA said today that they refuse to fight new contenders. Instead, they want strikers or a veteran. Do you think they should be put out the rankings? I don't know. Wonderboy for sure. Wonderboy for sure. At this point, throw Wonderboy out the rankings. Just straight up pull him. You know, he's admitting he can't beat anybody who's a grappler. RDA, I didn't see what he said. So I can't say for sure. But sure, take them both out of the rankings. If they're not fighting for title aspirations, if they want to turn down fight, because we need these veterans who we know are very good, who we can test up and coming talent against. Do you think there will be multiple Dagestani champions simultaneously at some point? Wouldn't doubt it. Yeah, it's hard. For sure, it's hard. Conor versus Gaechi, I would love that matchup. I would take Gaechi if that's what you're asking. It's sad because 279 was considered to be horrible, and it's still better than 279. It's probably right on par, honestly. It's probably right on par. I mean, is lightweight top 5 rankings a fake top 5? I don't trust any of the rankings. It's made by a panel of people we don't know who they are. They're aberrations. So I don't trust any of the rankings. The top 10 of every division is fake, in my opinion. So is Dana still sabotaging Diaz? For sure. I mean, it's a garbage card. It got slightly better. And on top of that, you have the fact that he announced the other 2 only decent fights 2 weeks out. You know, so there's no real promotion there. RDA says he wants a veteran and not a top contender. Fair enough, then take him out the top 10. I mean, it depends. I mean, if he's willing to give an up-and-coming guy, which RDA's fought nothing but tough guys, like book him against Sarukian. I'd like to see the Tony Ferguson rematch. Book him against Jalen Turner. Nah, Jalen Turner, he ain't going to want that one. I feel their pain, but at the same time, you can't be at the top of the division and not be able to, you know, just be holding your ranking hostage is what I call it. Isn't Wonderboy in shot? Nope. Wonderboy said, I ain't taking that fight. I ain't being fed to Shavkat so he can eat my rotten carcass. Yes, Wonderboy said, a Shavkat ain't feasting on my dead body. Nope. Conor McGregor, pound for pound, number 1. No. Did you hear Charles said Islam refused to fight him in Brazil? Happy Charles didn't back down going to Abu Dhabi. I'm happy it's not happening in Brazil. As much as I would have loved that for Charles Oliveira, I don't want to wait until January. The Brazil card is until January. Did you ever see Thiago Moises coming up at his top 5? No, I did not. I thought he was good, but not a top 5. Did the top 5 in lightweight refusing the newcomers? I don't think so. Nah, I mean, not really. But Neil's number 6, and he's fighting Gamrot. Gaethje's number 3, and he's going to have to fight Fiziev, who's number 7. So, no. I don't think so. Did you think if John Jones comes back, can the card get close to 1 million pay-per-views? Depends on the opponent. Francis Ngannou, yes. We know all the top 20 of each division of 279 is a great prelim. Yeah. Why is Wonderboy scared of learning wrestling? Isn't kickboxing? I don't know. I have no idea. I've wanted to see Conor versus Gaethje for years. I'm afraid Conor would get hurt, but I still would love to see the build-up in the matchup. I agree 100%. I would love to see it. I would absolutely love to see Conor versus Gaethje. Well, Conor had the opportunity to fight Gaethje, and he said, you know what? I'll take Cowboy Cerrone instead. There's all this talk of this guy's ducking that guy, this guy's ducking this guy. Conor literally had the opportunity. You want to fight Justin Gaethje, who's on the verge of a title shot himself, or you want Cowboy Cerrone, who's been brutally KO'd like 3 times in a row, or at least finished like 3 times in a row, and he's basically just a dead body at this point. You want him or you want Justin Gaethje? You maybe fight for title contention? He said, you know what? Give me the guy with the walker, a.k.a. Cowboy Cerrone. Don't you think running your own whiskey business makes you a better fighter? He's the richest fighter after all. I think the lifestyle he lives has a belt of its own attached to it. Okay. Sure. All these weird people out of nowhere. What do you mean? Why do you believe Islam originally said yes to fight RDA, but then backed down? Money. Would you be into Conor versus Max at 155? Yeah, I like that idea. I like that fight. I wouldn't mind that. Who wouldn't like that? Wonderboy is 40. He isn't learning anymore. Yeah, I think Wonderboy just wants to get a couple more fights. He has no title aspirations anymore. Dude lost to Woodley twice. Joey, Gaethje's an easy fight for Conor. He checks leg kicks. Yeah, you're right. And he invented shoulder strikes as well. So you're probably right. I mean, he probably check his leg kicks, and then he probably shoulder strike TKO would be my prediction. First round shoulder strike TKO for Conor, the inventor. They should just be called Conor strikes. Instead of shoulder strikes, Conor strikes. I would like to see more older fighters like Wonderboy refuse to fight top fights instead of being delusional like Nate Diaz and Ferguson and fighting young guys. I don't know. In my opinion, if Islam wins, I don't believe he'll hold a belt for long. Just my opinion. Too many killers in the division. There's a lot of killers. We'll see, though. I want to see him versus Usman. That's the fight I want to see, but Leon spoiled the party on that one. Yeah, no, Conor had a chance to fight Gaethje, then fought Cowboy. He could have fought him instead of Dustin as well, but he chose the guy he already beat, but it backfired. Very true. I don't want a Khabib-style title run again. He will only let Islam take favorable matchups and pull out a bunch of times. I mean, nothing you just said is true. Khabib wasn't pulling out of title fights. Khabib took the most deserving guy each and every time. And, you know, I get he's pulled out of a lot of fights, you know, in the past, but he never pulled out any title fights. And there was nobody that everybody wanted to see him fight that he didn't fight, you know. So I disagree with you on that one, Patty. Conor versus Nate after Khamzat. Yeah, I mean, after Conor sees the carcass of Nate Diaz, Conor McGregor is going to be like a vulture picking away at the carcass. That's probably the UFC's grand scheme. They're going to re-sign Nate after he gets demolished by Khamzat so they can feed him. They're just making sure that Nate's ready to be pulverized by McGregor. Khamzat's going to wreck Nate Diaz, and they're going to book it the Conor McGregor return like a month and a half later. Real question, GM3, Gerald is on a winning streak. Who's next for Mearshart? I don't know. He just beat Bruno Silva. That was a solid win. So, I don't know. I have to think about that one. Once you become famous, you can slap your name on anything and people will buy it. That is very true. I doubt Conor will go back down to 55. He's huge. I think he will. Joey, does Dana, he turned down a fight or he didn't want to fight, mean anything to you? No, it does not. Remember when Conor flash KO'd Cowboy with shoulder strikes that he invented? You meant shoulder strikes, not elbow strikes. Yes, I did. Why is John Jones cares about Khabib's legacy? I don't know. I guess it's low self-esteem. Is Tony the most underrated fighter of all time? Yeah. He's a borderline, like one of the best lightweight resumes, I believe. People constantly say it's garbage, but it's still pretty good. Joey, Islam said after 3-5 title defenses, he wants to go to welterweight. Do you think he can get that many title defenses, and how does he do it welterweight? If he gets through Oliveira, I mean, I could see him beating a lot of these guys. If he gets through Oliveira, he beats Poirier, he beats Gaethje. Chandler would be tough. He beats Beneil. Fiziev would be tough. But let's say he demolishes Islam in the alternate reality, he demolishes Oliveira in the alternate reality, I think Islam is a dominant champ, yes. Did you see Chael claiming that Drake photoshops his bet and lying to people? Chael says a lot of shit. I wouldn't take any of that for fact. Mike, what's really going on is Drake probably has a sponsorship deal with him. They give him the money to bet as long as he publicizes it. He doesn't actually bet any money because he's betting house money. And then on top of that, he gets a paycheck from the company for promoting them. So it's just bullshit. What's up, Joey? Wanted to get your opinion on Jorge wanting to fight for a title now. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. I actually tweeted something out If you want to follow me on Twitter, at MMA Joey C, go follow me on Twitter and Instagram. It's at MMA Joey C. I tweeted out yesterday. It's got over like 3,000 likes now. I said Jorge Masvidal ducked Leon Edwards for years. They were even scheduled to fight last December, but Masvidal pulled out so he could get dominated by Colby in March. Now that he's 0-3 and Leon has the title, all of a sudden he wants to fight. What a joke. And that sums up my exact feelings on the whole situation. Jorge should just shut up. Jorge needs to shut his mouth. Who will win, Holland or Daniel Rodriguez? I don't know. Probably Kevin Holland. I think he has got a little bit crisper striking. If you could guarantee the outcome of one of the matchups for the rest of the year, what fight are you picking? I can pick any fight. Khamzat beating Nate. Conor will fight Dan Hooker if he wins 100%. I hope not. I have no desire to see that. No desire to see that whatsoever. I mean, does John beat everyone the heavyweight division right now? I don't know. It's tough to say, but I would pick him over a lot of guys. The only one Khabib never fought, but everyone once was Tony, but Khabib would have mauled him. Yeah, Khabib would have dominated Tony. It's bad. Colby, Khamzat, Usman would give Islam's. Yeah, I don't think he'd have a lot of title defenses at welterweight. If Drake bets huge loads of cash on Islam October 22nd, I'm going to kill him. Yeah. How are you going to feel if Charles and Islam fight the same people get title shots again? How are you going to feel if after Charles and Islam fight, the same people get title shots again? I won't be happy about it, but I don't think it'll happen. I mean, we got guys like Jalen Turner, Demir Ismagulov, Mateus Gamrot, Rafael Fiziev coming up. We're about to see a changing of the guard the next year or two. Mark my words. Poirier, Chandler, Gaethje. We're going to see a changing of the guard. It's actually going to be really sad. That's exactly what it is. He sponsored by the stake that sponsored famous athletes, rappers, streamers. Adesanya also does it. Chael is dumb. Everyone knows it's house money. Exactly. It's house money. Couldn't have said it better myself. Guys, if you could do me a favor and go like the stream, I would appreciate it if every single one of you went and liked the stream. Do me that favor. Helps grow the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Where was I at? I have no idea. I have no idea where I was at. I was watching Clay Guida versus Nate Diaz today, and if Clay Guida at 5'7" can pick up Nate like a ragdoll, slam him over and over, what will Khamzat do? I know it was years ago, but still, Nate was better years ago. Nate wins versus Khamzat if he lands a clean slap, Stockton slap, per MMA Junkie. Joey on demon mode on Twitter, lighting up MMA. You like it, Andy? You've been enjoying watching it? You've been enjoying just being a spectator in it? When I see something, I just can't help but just throw something back. Shit drives me nuts. Shit drives me absolute nuts. Leon Edwards' coach replied to Masvidal. I think I saw that somewhere. I didn't see the actual clip, but I saw someone tweet it out or something. Who do you think wins, Reyes or Spann? My mind's telling me Reyes, but I don't trust Reyes and his broken nose anymore. But I'll say Reyes by first round TKO. Khabib was the exception. Okay. Where do you think Cody ends up if he loses next, wins next? Bantamweight division is so filthy. I could see Sean and Cody. If Cody wins, Sean loses. I could see that happening. I don't know. I think Cody gets eased back into action. I think he'll get like another layup fight after Ronnie Yaya. If he loses, his career's over. Is Jorge one of the worst falls from grace in terms of skill and personality? Yes. He's one of the most annoying people in MMA now. And this is coming from someone at one point in time, Jorge Masvidal was like top 10 favorite MMA fighters. I find him super annoying now. Hot take, Clean Jones with no roids in his system couldn't finish an injured Santos, a bum Smith, and a loss to Reyes. The top 4 in the division would smoke Jones. Yeah, sure. I disagree, but sure. I hope Gamrot gets a shot after he destroys Beneil. He matches up well with both Islam and Du Bronx. All those matchups are good. Don't you see Islam just take the center of the octagon ASAP and taking Oliveira down, submitting within the first minute? I feel like Islam is the far superior grappler. Yeah, I feel like Oliveira is the far superior knockout artist and has better submissions. So for me, it's tough. I'm wondering if Oliveira is going to come out and try to avoid the takedown. You know what I mean? Like if Oliveira comes out and says, you know what? It makes sense to keep this fight on the feet. I think that Islam's going to be in big trouble. But Islam, if he gets him down, I don't know if he can submit him. I don't know if he's going to submit him at all. And I know that Anthony Pettis did, but that's a different Oliveira back then. That's a tough, really tough fight to pick. I think I could see Oliveira starching him on the feet. I could see Oliveira hurting him on the feet, Islam shooting, getting guillotined. I could see Islam taking him down, holding him down for 5 rounds and winning by decision. I could see Islam getting a ground and pound TKO. It's going to be really, really interesting. Really, really interesting. Who's the best country for prospects? I think Australia is the killers coming out at the moment. I'm not sure. I love this fight. Jack Shore, Kyler Phillips makes perfect sense. Did you watch Moon Knight? No. I didn't realize your Jorge tweet blew up that much. Yeah, it went off. Will Volk fight 155-pound champ? Yes. Jorge Masvidal and Rose get the L's of the year. Yeah, I don't even want to see either one of them fight ever again. Like, honestly, like both of them are like extremely annoying. Extremely annoying. Jorge will never taste gold, I feel. No. No, he will not. Biggest falls from grace is Woodley. Once upon a time, he was scary. Fair enough. Yeah, he did. I mean, and then he goes from champion to getting flatlined by Jake Paul. Embarrassing. What's next for RDA? He said he only wants veteran fights. I don't know. I wanted to see him rematch Tony Ferguson, which would have made a lot of sense. What's up? Keep out. Hope all is well with you. All is well. Can Colby's striking be more effective against Leon than Usman? Because Colby's just dirty boxing and Leon is more clean striking like what Usman has. No. No, I don't think Colby will be. I think Colby's striking is worse than Usman's, but it doesn't have the power threat, so I don't think it'll be as effective as Usman's. Islam is really going to control Oliveira on the ground. Remember that I said that in here. Okay. Why are people talking about Adesanya going to heavyweight? They forgot he got ragdolled at light heavyweight. I've never heard that, but okay. In an interview in Portuguese, Oliveira said he will defend the takedowns, but I don't understand why he also said that he would start the fight on the ground. I don't understand Du Bronx. Yeah, I haven't seen what you're talking about. So I don't know. Is that like news or something? Is that some type of news? I haven't seen it. I didn't see it when I looked at the news before I got here. When I got on here. I'm taking Islam all day. Fair enough. Joey, remember how people were talking about Vicente Luque getting a title shot? Yeah, that's gone. That's come and gone. I think roids and TRT should be legal. Anyone who wants to partake should be able to. I think there may be a rule. PD use must be disclosed. Back in Pride, they were encouraged. Pride was dope. No. I don't know. You just have these hot takes that you just keep trying to press on me, I think. Joey, I think Charles beat Volk and Volk could maybe win it, and Islam dog walks Volk. Do you disagree? I think Volk loses to Islam. I think Volk could beat Charles. I know you hate the BMF belt, but following the lineage makes Leon the current BMF champ. I hate it, so I don't care who's the BMF champ. Could Jorge Masvidal last one round with Khamzat? Yes. Jorge's super durable. Say what you will about his skill set, but he's durable. When should Ian Gary fight someone in the top 15? Probably like 2 or 3 fights away from that, honestly. Yeah, Colby's not a clean striker, makes a lot of mistakes, but a great counter puncher like Masvidal could catch him once in 25 minutes. Yeah, and Colby doesn't have a power threat either. Adesanya apparently says he had plans to heavyweight in the future. Maybe it wasn't legit. Yeah, it couldn't have been. Ian Gary versus Brian Battle. Who wins? That's actually a great fight. I think he called him out, right? I'll go Ian Gary. I think he'll be able to keep him off of him and land on the feet. It's Brazilian MMA Fighters YouTube channel. Charles speaks with Damian Maia. So I'm new to MMA. Do they usually take a Saturday off to fights? Just curious. I've been so accustomed. It's here and there. It's not always. Sometimes it's here and there. Islam dick riders are crazy. Lamau, he only beat Bobby Green and Dan Hooker. Y'all need to chill. Fair enough, but he has looked really good. So even though he's been fighting nobodies. Also, Leon gives up his back every time he gets up. He did it against Usman, but Usman has no BJJ. Colby has some rear naked chokes in his career. He could catch Leon's neck when he does that. I think he also rode on Jorge Masvidal's back for a bit too. James Krause said on his pod he heard through the grapevine Font versus Yanez might be in the works. Who you got in that? I'd probably take Font in that one. I think that's a little too big of a step up for Yanez. His name's Yanez. Who hits harder, Chimaev or Usman? Probably Usman. Uberim. Uberim, I think, is the greatest fighter of all time. The greatest heavyweight of all time. Had he been able to keep staying on the roids in the UFC. Yes, they did. It's on my Instagram. It's just me talking about Figueiredo being injured. Do you think Jan Blachowicz could make 185? It's also in the community tab, too. Do you think Jan Blachowicz could make 185? Absolutely not. He would not. I mean, he would literally look like a emaciated, person who was starving. Does Islam not have Dana and Habib privilege as he not fought anyone in the top 10 except Dan Hooker? No, Islam has accepted fights with top guys and they just haven't come to fruition for one reason or another. That's just the way it goes. That's just the way it goes sometimes. It happened to Leon too. So I think Colby should be a slight favorite against Leon. I would favor Leon in that one, but I could see I can understand your point. Which fighter do you believe can be champion in two weight classes and defend simultaneously? Volk would have the best chance. Does Justin Gaethje have yes, the worst BJJ? Yes. People say Islam has beaten nobody, but he's treated his opponents like easy work. So it's hard to say he doesn't have the skills to beat Charles. Who gave him the most trouble? Dober. Dober didn't really give him any trouble. Maybe Thiago Moises. Prime focus bulked up Jones or on the juice or Uberim. Uberim 100%. Uberim was big, strong. He was amazing in the clinch. He had a granite chin and he had unbelievable striking. And he had good jiu-jitsu and submissions. Uberim was the greatest fighter of all time, in my opinion. If Israel becomes light heavyweight champ and John Jones becomes heavyweight champ, yes, they'll consider fighting, but I don't want to see it. Who was the first fighter you gravitated to when you started with Anderson Silva? Anderson Silva is the guy who got me into the sport. He said he wanted to come down and fight Izzy for the middleweight belt. I wish Yan really could make it. Yeah, I don't think he could. He's too big. Yan is humongous. Everyone said Prohaska was fast-tracked, but he beat Reyes and Ozdemir, who fought for the belt. What do you think? He definitely was fast-tracked, but he had 2 quality wins, and they were super impressive, too. He beat Dominic Reyes, who had just fought for the belt himself, and brutally finished him, too. So he was fast-tracked, but he deserved to be fast-tracked, in my opinion. Let's see. Uberim manhandled Brock when I'm sure Brock was roided up. Yeah, Brock was a bum anyway. Anyone that disagrees can fight me. Brock Lesnar was a bum at every period of time. He was never good. Moises, yeah, Prime Usman versus Prime GSP. GSP outstrikes him for 5 rounds. What's next for Ryan Hall? I have no clue. Khabib versus GSP, who wins? I take GSP. Charles was being in trouble on the ground against Kevin Lee. What makes people believe Islam won't destroy Alice? How many years ago was that, bro? It was over 2 years ago. You don't think people can get better? What was your personal biggest fight letdown? Francis versus Lewis is way up there for me. I felt Diaz versus GSP was pretty boring. Silva Weidman too. Leg break. That was the worst I've ever felt in MMA. Like, I didn't even want to watch the sport anymore after that. Blachowicz versus Hill prediction. I take Jamal Hill. So, had Yan been the champ when Yuri was fighting for the title, he probably would have gotten. Yeah, he would have got chinned by Yan. I think he still gets probably chinned by Yan. The UFC is probably going to keep him away from Yan because he leaves that chin out there, and Yan's got that legendary Polish power. He starts getting cracked like Glover was cracking him. The legendary Polish power is putting him to sleep. So, yeah, I don't know. That's why they're probably doing the second Glover fight, honestly. Let's X out of some of these tabs. I got about 150 tabs open right now. Let's see. Okay, don't need that one. Don't need that one. MMA fighters talk openly about mental health in sports but never get credit for pushing it. I mean, who do they need to get credit from? I don't know. I don't know exactly what you're talking about. What year did you get into watching MMA? 2010? 2010 is the year I believe it was. UFC 114, I believe it was May of 2010. Yes, it was May 29th, 2010. That's the first pay-per-view I ever ordered. Was Quentin Jackson versus Rashad Evans. It was actually a terrible card too. Every fight on the card I remember was shit outside of Todd Duffy versus Mike Russo. I couldn't believe Mike Russo brutally KO'd Todd Duffy. Todd Duffy looked like a Ubereem, and Mike Russo looked like he had the same body type as me basically, and Russo looked like he was going to get wrecked, and he went out there and uppercut KO'd him, I think it was. It's crazy. Chandler will also be having his time with Charles in his guard, though. Was also having his time with Charles in his guard, though. He was rocked badly at that instance. I'm not saying you can't be right, but I'm just saying it's not 100% certainty. What do you think is the most important aspect of fighting on the feet? In my opinion, it's timing. Some dudes like Yin and Dustin win almost every. I think it's defense, probably. You can't win a fight if you keep getting clipped up. You can't win a fight if you keep getting clipped up. You think Yan will get the belt again? Depends who the matchmaking. I think it's possible, but he's got a limited time. He needs it next year. You know, if he doesn't get a title shot, then no. Obviously. I think Islam fans need to realize that everyone looks great against lower level competition. Same thing with O'Malley. We saw that, or Khamzat. Islam is good, but he did not have that Gilbert test. Fair? Izzy will beat Alex, then Strickland, then move up and beat Young. No. What do you think of Shavkat versus Bilal Brady loser? No, I want to see Shavkat against another like, you know, a guy who's on a win streak. I want them to be fighting for like top 5 ranking, basically. Charles versus Chandler 2 for title elimination match. Who do you got, Charles? Izzy actually matches up well with Yuri. I think Yuri would brutalize him. I think Yuri's too big, too strong. How did you buy pay-per-views back in 2010? I called up DirecTV. And I said, I need to order a pay-per-view. So give me that pay-per-view. And that's it. GSP was a master of strategy in fights. If you were a wrestler, he jabbed you to death. If you were a striker, he took you down and kept you there. He was really fun to watch, but sometimes boring. Yeah, but the fights felt so big, I don't feel like they were that big. If Drake bets on Olives, I hate even hearing about Drake in MMA. Will Coach Glover and Alex Pereira try to out-grapple Izzy because Izzy expects stand-up 5 round? I don't think he can. To be honest. That's true. Charles was rocked badly at that point. Does Glover beat Yan again? Yes, for sure. Do you think at this point Charles not eat punches and instantly drops to his back by chance they chase him to the ground? I question whether some of those punches actually drop him bad. No, he uses it as a defense mechanism. Charles Oliveira, even if he gets clipped a little bit, that wobbles him even in the slightest, he just lays back. He just lays back because he's like, okay, I'll recover, rather than eating like a second and third punch that may actually put him out and put him down bad. He just gets clipped. He's like, oh, I'm a little bit dazed. I could just keep standing, but instead of eating another shot, I'll just use my defense and go to my back. Shavkat versus Khamzat is literally my dream fight. I really wonder how the breakdown is, who's the favorite. I would love to see that fight. Have you ever watched early GSP? He was a great striker at first. He didn't start wrestling until Hughes beat him the first time. No, I actually have never seen early GSP. Dream Fight, Jones and Ngannou, Habib Charles, Prime Anderson versus Prime GSP. I feel like with Yuri's style, though, Izzy would eat his legs all day. Yeah, but I think Yuri would just pressure forward. He would find a shot. When Habib said Charles has no ground game was so silly, for example, against Kevin, he got takedown, yes, but he was more effective with his endless submission attempts. True. I can see the winner of Brady Bilal fighting Khamzat next. Colby fights Neil and Dustin next year. Colby would avoid Khamzat. Colby just came out of witness protection. Do Shavkat versus Colby. I wouldn't mind that. Don't you hate that 280 is going to be in the morning? Yeah, it's actually really annoying. It's actually really a downer for me. It actually annoys the hell out of me. It annoys the hell out of me. Let's see what we got here. By the way, guys, I mean, I don't feel like I did a live stream yesterday, but no video. But if you're wondering, I'm kind of chilling on the videos a little bit. I'm trying to work on my thumbnails. Look, I showed this in the members Discord. I forgot how to share my screen, so I'm just going to show you guys like this. This is a thumbnail I made on Photoshop. I'm just learning how to use Photoshop. So what do you guys think of this? Check out this. Hold on, let's see if it focuses. What do you guys think of that thumbnail with the arena in the background, Nate Diaz? I'll move it in a little bit closer. Look at that. I want it to focus. There we go. So that's what I've been doing. I've probably spent over the past 3 days, probably 12 hours working in Photoshop. So I'm working on, I did a Robert Whittaker, Marvin Vettori thumbnail. I'll show you another one here. I'll show you guys another one. I've been learning how to use Photoshop. My grading UFC 279 video, which I'm doing this weekend. I got a thumbnail for that. Let's see. There you go. That's pretty nice. And I also have, I don't have it saved on my phone. Let me go find it in Discord. Marvin Vettori versus Robert Whittaker prediction thumbnail. You guys are going to like this one. Come on, focus. You guys like that one? So I'm trying to up my game, guys. I'm trying to up my game. I already feel like I have decent thumbnails, but it can always get better, you know? It can always get better. So I'm just working on improving a little bit. Okay, where were we at? Now I lost my spot. I never got to watch GSP live nor his run. I recently watched GSP versus Bisping, and he really didn't look too good. Yeah, that's after a long layoff and moving up and all that stuff. Would Shavkat versus Chimaev be a fight night or a co-main? Shavkat versus Chimaev could headline a pay-per-view, in my opinion, but it's not going to happen. But if it does happen, it'll be for a title, most likely. But it'd be a co-main of a pay-per-view. Right now, I think, if let's say they announced it tomorrow, it'd be a co-main of a pay-per-view. Will John Jones do a GSP versus Bisping? I have no idea what that means. Habib would still be fighting today. Let that sink in. Yeah, that does suck. That does suck badly. Okay, now I lost my spot because I actually scrolled too far. Pretty badass thumbnails. I got to go back to YouTube and make sure nothing's been flagged. Thank you, Roman. I'm working hard. I'm trying to get really solid thumbnails. You know, they're still going to be simplistic. I like to stick simplistic, but I'm just trying to make them just look a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. And the font on Photoshop is way better than the font on any other app, and the effects you can do. Okay. People talking about how Lee took down Oliveira, but he literally got put to sleep with a sub, so it was for nothing. Agree. What do you think of Shevchenko Nunes 3? That's the fight I want to see. I'm just realizing how bad of a matchup Oliveira versus Justin was. Literally the best BJJ versus the UFC. In the UFC versus the worst. Agreed. Imagine if Oliveira destroys Islam and calls Habib out right in his face. Habib will have no choice. Imagine he sleeps Islam and he knocks him out, but Herb Dean's not close enough, and he just lands brutal follow-up shots to the carcass of Islam as he's unconscious and his head's just bouncing off the mat, right? Herb Dean finally gets over there 10 seconds late and pulls Oliveira off of him. Oliveira jumps out of the cage and goes after Habib. That'd be nuts. If Charles beats Islam in a crazy fashion, no, he's not going to come back. Thank you. I can't imagine Colby fighting Khamzat or Shavkat. I think Colby's been one of the most inactive fighters of all time. He's turned down fights. I don't know how he has a fan base. His best performances are losses against Kamaru Usman. I mean, literally, you look at his resume right now, his best win is Jorge Masvidal. If Colby going to avoid Khamzat or fight actual contenders, he's going to avoid everyone. He probably wants Wonderboy next. Who do you think has the best striking defense of all time? Probably Adesanya. I mean, he doesn't get hit. Have you ever went back to watch UFC #1 and then from there on out? No, I have not. Not bad for a beginner. I like it. Good work. That's hard. You get better with time. Yeah, it's hard. It's very hard to learn. It's like learning a foreign language. Yeah, it's a good thumbnail. Anderson has the best striking defense of all time. I think it's 10 a.m. prelims, 2 a.m. main card. Big fan from Florida. Do you think Shavkat is just as good as Chimaev? It's hard to say. But I think they're better. They're good, and they're both very good. I'm high on both of them, but I think they have different skill sets. I think Shavkat's a more technical striker. I think Khamzat's a better grappler. I'm just saying, what if you get like 500 subs one day and you can make some money doing UFC prediction videos? Would you dedicate to it? What does that mean? Would you dedicate to it? 100%. 100%. If what you're asking is, I want to do it full time, 100%. So, I already love making the extra money off of it. If anybody wants to support the channel, feel free to donate to the channel right now. I would appreciate it. Now I lost my spot again. Vittori backward shorts, cold. That's Vittori's thumbnail pick for the rest of his life. People can't say Whitaker beats every contender. It's just people can't say Whitaker beats every contender, and it's just second to Izzy just yet because Vittori's beating everyone too. One of that fight I agree. Shorten the words to Khamzat versus Diaz. Get better pictures of the fighters. Get closer together. I don't know. I'm still gonna tweak it, but I'm definitely not gonna misspell the word Khamzat purposely. Both pictures are pretty solid. Both pictures are super clear, and they were some of the best pictures I could find. And I think it looks pretty solid so far. So, what experience do you have in the thumbnail world? I'm curious. Frank. But I'm not trying to be like a dick or anything. I'm just genuinely curious. Where was I at here? Now I lost my spot. But it is what it is, I guess. Thanks for the words of wisdom. Joe, do you think Nate could have been great at 155 if he just stayed at lightweight? No. He was always going to be a journeyman there. Where is Gastelum? I think he's injured. What's up? It's Anthony back again watching the stream, but adding Kevin Holland to Ferguson to UFC 279 still doesn't make it worth 75. Going to find a link to watch it for free. Yeah, it's a terrible fight card. I'm going to grade it tomorrow. GSP was injured in that Bisping fight too. He had surgery around the rib or stomach area. Kelvin has been MIA. He was injured. Hill on fire right now. Yes. No idea. Herb Dean getting there 10 seconds late. Accurate. Yeah. And then when he gets there, he's indecisive. He doesn't know whether to stop it or not. He pulls in and out. He touches the fighter, but it's not over. That's what he does. Anything you wish more MMA streamers did? Nope. I don't really care because I don't watch any of them. The only thing that I can care about in YouTube in general is if you're not, if you're on YouTube and you're not recording in 1080p and you have shitty video quality, it's unwatchable for me, no matter what it's about, no matter how good the video is. So just in general, I hate when I find YouTube channels that have terrible video quality. Do you think Khabib versus Charles would make insane pay-per-views? Yes, I do. Damn, if Oliveira does that, that would be what Khabib did to Dylan Dennis, even more brutal. Joey, how funny is the copy and paste response Colby defenders used? He had 2 close fights with the champ. Yeah. I actually made a video probably first 6 months I had the channel, and I said Colby Covington's another Alexander Gustafsson. Should UFC? No. I'm resistant to change. But if Khabib were to come back, I don't know if he could even make weight. If he came back, he'd have to. What's up, Joey? How you been? I've been good. How have you been, Iceman? What do you think is more important for someone's legacy? Being dominant over a long period of time or being clearly the best for a short period of time? Dominant over a longer period of time. On a scale from 1 to 10, how excited are you for 281? I'll say like a solid 8.5. I'm a professional artist. That's pretty cool. Why don't you make me a Khamzat Diaz prediction thumbnail and send it to me on Instagram? I'd love to see it. I'd love to see some professional artist spin on it. I'm being serious too. But yeah, I kind of, what I'm going to do, my plan is I'm going to get something that I like, that I think is aesthetically pleasing, and then I'm going to use it, and then I'm going to look at the click-through rate. And that's really what will tell me if the thumbnail is performing well or not. So until then, it's kind of hard to really, but I probably am changing it to just last names. But I don't know why. I just kind of like using the full names. I know I shouldn't because it's just too much words. It's too many words is what I really mean. But I'm actually thinking about also, and actually I'm going to go look at this right now, even while I'm on stream. Let me go take a look at it. I'm thinking about getting rid of the text altogether. What if I just did no text? Let me open Photoshop. I wonder what it would look like with no text. Let me click the little visibility icon. Yeah, I don't even think I necessarily need the text. I could go without it. So, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do there. It's going to be interesting. Let's delete Khamzat. Let's delete Nate. Let's drag that back over. Let's go to selection tool. Yeah, I could do that. Just stick with that. Chimaev versus Diaz breakdown and prediction. Yeah, but it's great pictures of the fighters. I'm using these same pictures no matter what. But I actually could go wordless in the thumbnail, to be honest, because the title has it anyway. So I've always thought about doing that. But yeah, I'm probably going to eventually go to last names only in my thumbnails. I don't know why I've been stubborn about it and just kind of like it. I'm still learning though. So all I'm trying to do is just make stuff and learn how to do it. Just learn how to do it. That's all I'm trying to do right now. But I always appreciate the advice. I always appreciate any feedback. I can't always promise I'll take it into account, but I'm always open-minded to listen. Would you rather watch Khabib versus Islam or Khabib versus Charles? Khabib versus Islam, just because of the storyline. Nate Diaz is going to shut another streak down, just in my opinion. Stand-up is great, and his chin is just too solid. Okay, then. I highly disagree, but okay. Much love and respect. Thank you. Herb isn't a good referee. Yeah, Herb used to be the best referee. Now he's straight up garbage. Charles locking in a rear naked choke in front of Khabib would be so satisfying to watch. That would be really satisfying. Imagine if the UFC made another men's division of 115. If the talent's out there, I wouldn't mind it. If Jorge feels he can truly be welterweight champion, he has to fight Chimaev to prove he's worthy. Yeah. Fight somebody. Fight somebody. He would get wrecked by Chimaev, though. Colby has a fan base because they agree with him politically, not because he's a fun fighter to watch. Maybe that's true. How excited are you for 281 to 10? 25. Did you have any goals that you have passed when you made the channel? For sure. I mean, I wanted to get 100 subscribers. I was like, I'm going to get 100 subscribers. That was my first goal. And then once I hit 100, I was like, dang, I think my next goal was like 500. And I was like, I want to get 500 now. And then I hit 500 and I'm like, you know what? I got to get 1,000. So then I got 1,000 and I was like, holy shit, I got 1,000. And then I was hyped to double it at 2,000. I was hyped to go to 3,000. After 3,000, I'm like, I don't care about, I care about 4,000, but my next big goal was 5,000. And we're very close to 5,000. So if you're watching right now and you're not subscribed to the channel, go subscribe to the channel. We are at 4,614 subscribers. I think that went up a couple since I started the stream. So if you're watching and you just subscribed, or that could be other people watching other videos who subscribed. I think I get about 200 a week or something like that, sometimes even more. Let's see something really quick. Yeah, so hopefully I have a video on 279 tomorrow. Every video I'm putting out nowadays is performing very well. My main goal that I really want to hit, I don't know if it's going to happen. I'm not going to cry if it doesn't happen. But it's something I want to try to hit. I want to hit 10,000 before the end of the year. That's the goal. But if you look at all my recent videos, everything's doing over 1,000 now. At one point, I used to get excited to get 300 views on a video. In the last couple months, everything has just been. My last video was a UFC 279 video. I just realized that did almost 2,500 views. So if you guys want to help me, if you really enjoyed the channel, the best thing you can do to help me is watch every video as close to the end as possible. That's what matters. If you watch a video for an extended period of time, YouTube says, okay, this is a good video. Let me push it out to other people who may have not seen this channel yet. So if you really want to help the channel grow, watch the videos for as long as possible. I'm guilty of clicking out of videos early too. But if you can watch all the way to the last second or as close to the last second as possible, and everyone in here, all 65 people who are in here do that, it will help blow the channel up for sure. Frank, you're a professional artist. Sounds like Cap. Who knows, man? Come on. We'll just give him the benefit of the doubt. You think UFC 279 should have remained garbage and could have been marketed as the worst pay-per-view of all time? It's possible. It's very possible it could have. But no, I'm happy they're adding something to it, but it's still not good. Who would win, 1 Francis Ngannou or 2 Corey Sandhagens? I'll say 2 Corey Sandhagens. I have no idea. Since Rockhold didn't get the decision against Costa, and if Izzy beats Alex, who's next? Winner of Vittori Whitaker? No, they're never fighting Israel again. Strickland if he beats Jarrett, or winner versus Jack and Jarrett? Or winner of Jack and Jarrett. Jack is fighting Brunson. I think it will most likely be Paulo Costa, the rematch, and maybe he'll fight someone in the meantime. Now, Frank seems legit. He subscribed to a ton of art channels. Nobody's that dedicated. Yeah, I mean, he didn't come out of here and try to say anything crazy. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Coming up, do you think he could ever make – no, he's never going to make a run out of a title. I guess he always could because – of, you can always improve, but no. Imagine Tony and Nate get some Hail Mary comeback wins. That'd be crazy. How's it going, Joey? Just got myself a burger and watching you live now. Very exciting. What kind of burger did you get? Where'd you get it from? But I'm doing well. Hope you're doing well as well. I rewatched Burns Chimaev yesterday, and Khamzat slowed down a bit after the first half of the round. If Nate tries to pressure, he might gas Khamzat. Yeah, that's not going to happen. The way you're doing it is the only way to get better. It's super complicated, dude. It's so complex. I had no idea. But I never edited a video before I started this channel. So I felt the same way. So what I'm doing is I'm just bringing stuff in there. I'm thinking of general ideas, even if I don't use them. And then every step of the way, I have to go, you look up a YouTube video, how to do blank in Photoshop, how to do this in Photoshop. Then I go into Photoshop. It took me 2 hours to learn how to crop an individual layer, and I'm still not sure I'm doing it right, but it's working. Could 279 be salvaged? No. Who should be next for Ian Gary? Michelle Pajeda, maybe? I feel like I had a good matchup for him, but I can't remember. Maybe Chaos Williams? Maybe Brian Barberina? I feel like if Islam loses, that can only make him even better when he returns. Some people it does. Which fight do you think has the best storyline in UFC history? Maybe Jones Cormier, maybe Anderson Silva Chael Sonnen too. In an interview for a Brazilian YouTube channel, Oliveira promised he'll KO Islam in the first round. He said it twice and looked confident. Thoughts? I might be picking him by KO, to be quite honest. It's gone up 10 subs since the stream. I don't remember what it was, so I'll take your word for it. Are all Abu Dhabi's cards going to be insanely stacked now? I don't know. Abu Dhabi's paying the UFC money to bring the card there in the millions. So probably. Khabib versus Khamzat. Khamzat's probably too big for him. No way. Ground game too solid. Why has Dustin Poirier been so inactive? He's been begging for a fight. So I don't know. UFC's holding out something for him. Stylistically, Khabib has zero chance. Won't be able to take Khamzat down, and Khamzat's stand will be too much. He'll knock Khabib out. Yeah, I think you're probably right. What should the UFC do if Khamzat actually gets injured while beating Nate the punching bag? I don't know. Move on like it didn't happen. If Rose versus Barza 2 was a pay-per-view, it would be UFC 279. Yeah, that makes sense. At first, I didn't understand what you were saying. But yeah. MMA Joey and Michael Bisping podcasts are top-tier MMA YouTube content. Thank you, Amir. Joey, have you had crab legs? They will change your life. What do you mean specifically by crab legs? But no, I eat a lot of steamed crabs in Maryland. We're a big steamed crab state. People eat a lot of them from the Bay. But not specifically crab legs. Francis would rush and knock out the first Sanhagen and then snap one to the other one. Okay. How crazy does Acosta manage to turn himself from a meme to fan favorite? Is he a fan favorite? I think a lot of people like him, but I don't know if he's a fan favorite at this point. When I first came across your videos, I was very impressed with the professionalism of your video quality and setup. You'll definitely be at 10,000 in no time. Thank you, Roman. My goal is always to have the best of the best. So I got the best DSLR camera you can buy for the most part that shoots in 4K content. After a while, it got over 1,000 subs. I think I was somewhere around 1,500, 1,600 subs. I bought this microphone right here. This microphone is a $1,600 setup. Not a 16. So I'm sorry. That's my camera setup. This microphone is a $1,000 setup. For my camera, my lens, because I got a special lens on my camera, I'm only about 1.5 feet away from my camera. But look how wide the angle is. And that's why it looks so good. Because the camera angle. This makes it look, you don't want to watch a video like this. If I'm this close, I'm now about I'm about 6 inches away from my camera right now. So that's always my goal. And now I'm up in the thumbnails, hopefully going to make better tail of the tape soon. That's next on the agenda. I'm always looking to improve. Nate is going to hurt really bad. Hopefully not, but man, makes me sick. But Nate won it. No, he didn't. He was just messing around. I kind of get over 279 being trash. We're going to get great cards for the rest of the year. I agree. Who do you think Charles would said? Who do you think if Charles would have said no to Islam and Abu Dhabi, then would Islam fight for the title? UFC would have probably pressed him into doing it. McGregor versus Khabib, best storyline, shows how biased Dana is. Favorite type of food? Chicken or steak, probably. Esparza versus Weili, who do you got? Weili's going to dominate her badly. Crab legs do change your life, they smack. What do you mean, like the Alaskan crab legs? Or what kind of crab legs are we talking about? With some butter is the only way, too. Got to be melted butter, too. Okay, some king crab legs from your local market with some melted butter. How do you make them? How do you cook them? Just steam them or what? Melted butter. What video software do you use? I use Filmora Pro, but I'm about to make the switch to Adobe Premiere. Filmora Pro is really good for people learning how to edit. I never edited any. I never even knew how you edit it. And Filmora was highly recommended for beginners. But now that I got the Adobe Cloud stuff, I got Adobe Premiere, and I want to learn how to do Adobe Premiere. Do you think we'll ever see Jones lose? You're bound to see it for sure. What I mean by bias is he kicked Daly out the UFC for disgusting sucker punch, and McGregor threw a dolly into a bus full of fighters, hurt many, and got a slap on the wrist. Yeah, I agree for sure. Charles said when he wins, it sets up perfect scenario to fight Conor in Brazil. Could you imagine Conor snatching the title in Brazil? Jeez Louise, please no, please no, please no. When are they going to confirm Chandler versus Poirier for MSG? They might announce that at 279, honestly, so it might be a couple weeks. We'll see what happens. So I really have no idea. Hopefully they announce like the full 279 card or 281 card in Brazil. It sounds about right. The timing would be right. And they usually typically like to announce full main cards on a pay-per-view. So is UFC hindered by not having their own in-house broadcasting streaming service? I think WWE has one. They do have one. They have UFC Fight Pass, but they don't put pay-per-views on it anymore. So I don't know if they're hindered, but I prefer it that way. If Khabib would continue to fight, do you believe he would lose? Eventually, he's bound to lose. You got to get the air fryer. It will save you some time and change your life. Okay, I'll have to try it out. When I used to make gaming content, I used to love editing, and I burned myself out, especially when files got corrupted. So much respect for you and all your content. Why would your files get corrupted? But yeah, I could see getting burned out from it. It's exhausting for sure. My next upgrade, by the end of the year, I'm hoping to get a really nice computer. But the one I want is like $3,000 because if I'm getting one that's going to last me the next 10 years before it's out of date. And there's this really nice one I found that's like just souped up with everything I could need, render times. Once I get the computer, that computer specifically with that graphics card and everything, I'll probably do everything in 4K. And I'll have the only 100% 4K MMA channel. So I'm moving to the future quicker than others. But the render times, unless I really want to get it out really quick, the render times are going to be unbelievable on it. Right now, I just have my laptop that I render all my videos on. What do you think? What do you think about Charles wanting the Conor even after Islam? I'm disgusted. I'm glad this chat knows crab legs are bomb. Yeah, I've never had them. I'll have to try them out. I'm jealous of the shirt. You should be. Getting ready to leave for work. Big ups for a late night stream to get me going. There you go. And you can watch the replay. It's an hour and 17 minutes right now, so you can go back and watch the replay when we end it. UFC 278 was one of the best nights of my life. Going to a UFC card is definitely one of the best sports I ever attended. Yeah, it's amazing. I don't know what you're saying there. What do you think of Alex Pereira's statement? Come fight night, I will make Adesanya come forward and fight. I don't know. That's a weird statement. I wonder what's going to go down there. I wonder what style he's going to try to fight. I wonder. Dana was even going to kick out Khabib's friend for UFC for hitting McGregor, but didn't when Khabib. Yeah, and Khabib meant that too. Khabib said flat out, "I'll stop fighting if you kick out my boys," and I respect it. Iceman, you got me wanting crab legs now. Do you miss Mike Goldberg? Yes. The air fryer was probably one of the best things I ever gotten in my life. Don't remember the last time I used the oven or the microwave. I'll have to try one out. 279 looks good. No, it doesn't look good. Preheats in half the time and performs twice as fast. Mind blown. UFC Fight Pass does have live pay-per-views. You just got to pay 10 extra a month. It's a lot cheaper and more convenient than individually. Maybe in your where are you from? What country are you in? So I'm curious because not in America. Who would you put in the Hall of Fame next year? I have no clue. I miss Mike Goldberg like no other man. It's time. It's all over. Yeah. Have you seen Clenched Teeth on YouTube? They make sick MMA short documentaries. Never heard of it. Joey, Shock MMA has about 500 subs, but got interviews with the likes of Yuri, Paul Costa, Luke Rockwell, etc. Any ideas how he does that? Does he have a connection to an MMA media outlet or something? I don't know. But I've actually seen that quite a bit on YouTube. People with no subscribers doing interviews. And for some reason, they think that's going to take off their channel. I don't see that happening. Believe it or not, from my experience, interviews don't do that well. People care more about opinion videos, honestly. You know, I want to get into interviewing, but it's not going to take over the channel by any means. So I'm already into interviewing. I interviewed Chris Curtis, but I have no idea. But good for him. Never heard of him. Kevin Holland versus Daniel Rodriguez. I don't know what would be the favorite or underdog. Leaning Holland. Yeah, I agree. CM Punk or Bob Sapp? Neither. McGregor versus Oliveira can be a non-title if Conor wins the fight for, I don't even know. I've been making these ham and cheese croissant rolls you got to try. What exactly are you making? Are you making money from ads from YouTube yet? I've been making ad revenue since 1,000 subscribers, but it's not a lot. It's not a lot. I make more from donations, honestly. It's not like I get a crazy amount of donations, but I think I make more from donations than I do ad revenue. So feel free. In a parallel universe, imagine Charles takes down Islam, ground the pounds, and submits him. That'd be hilarious. Air fries are amazing. I miss Karen Bryant on the post. Stop it. I miss Jimmy Smith. Jimmy Smith was really solid, but Karen Bryant, stop it. Amir, I need that. I'm living in Panama. There's no ESPN Plus. I hope it's not the case when I go back to the States. Yeah, it is the case. You'll need a VPN probably. Give me some damn crab legs. Angry Grandpa Man, rip my favorite YouTuber all time. $35 for Goldman crab legs. I wouldn't even pay Okay. Never heard of it. Goldberg was cool, so you want to be an Ultimate Fighter line was so cheesy. Yeah, Goldberg was corny, but I enjoyed him. Joanna and Korean Zombie should be in the Hall of Fame next year. Joey, is welterweight the most exciting division since Usman lost now? No. If I wake up and UFC 280 is over, I will go to the motel and cry. Yeah. Maybe you can contact Chris Curtis and ask him to hook you up with Sean Strickland. They are good friends. Yeah, I don't like that, man. I don't like that idea. That's just corny. It's just corny, and I just think it's desperate, and I don't like that at all. I would never do that almost. The UFC 279 promo trailer looks good, right? I don't even remember it, to be honest, so it was uneventful to me. I think Max Holloway might fight Korean Zombie. Stop it. McGregor's done excited to Twitter about the best in MMA these days since he's now has been. Dude's always trying to steal somebody's shine, too. That drives me nuts. He's perpetually trying to steal someone's shine, no matter what he does. Anybody gets a big win, they're getting a lot of media attention. Conor McGregor's going to tweet about him for sure. I mean, it never stops. It's no matter what weight class it is. It doesn't matter if it's flyweight. They win, they get a lot of media attention. Conor McGregor's got to tweet about him. It's actually super annoying. Is this whole chat just hungry right now? Probably. Do you think you'll be able to do YouTube full-time in the near future? Maybe a year or two. I think it's possible. So if I get close, I'll just do it anyway. So if I get close, I'll just say, all right, this is close enough. So if I think I'm like 6 months out, I'll be like, all right, time to go nuts. But yeah. Do you think RDA versus El Kukui would have been much better? Yes. I'm hungry and it's showing. As I got done training like an hour ago, my stomach is burning. Well, go get something to eat. What time does UFC 280 start for you? Main card, 2 p.m. Eastern time. Do you think DC will be for sure? I'm guessing it's going to be Anderson Silva. Yeah, probably. What's up, Blaze One? Who does Colby fight next? It's going to be Gilbert Burns, Khamzat, or Jeff Neal. Hey, Joey, love the shirt. What's your favorite SpongeBob episode? Probably this one, Sweet Victory. I don't know. I can't remember a lot of them, to be honest. It's been a while since I watched them. I never thought buying my dog some Venom gear would make him so assertive and aggressive. I don't walk him anymore. He walks me. Yeah, you should have thought about that when you started to deck him out in Venom gear. You really should have thought about that. Because you put a dog in Venom gear, and I mean, they're basically a straight up trained killer. I mean, when I put on my Venom shirt for the first time, I put it on. I felt different for like a split second. And then all of a sudden, my phone started ringing. And it was Dana White just begging me to enter the UFC. He's telling me I'm already signed, basically. He said, I'm already signed, pay-per-view points. And I was like ready to go. I was ready to go. So the Venom gear definitely works. Where was I at? How would GSP Whitaker have gone? Whitaker would have probably beat him up. Conor Jorge are the biggest man-childs in MMA. Nobody holds them accountable, and they just tweet out dumb shit. Yeah, I'm so tired of hearing them. Habib Kolb for a title shot. Did you participate in any martial arts? I wear Venom gear. I mean, that's the best martial art you can ever do. I will put on my Venom gear, and I hope, okay? Dustin's next fight will be Chandler. So you have your sources been telling you any future news? Nope. I don't have any news right now. My sources are running dry. When Oliveira beat Lee, did you ever think Charles... I thought Charles could become champ for a while, actually. Hit you with a thumbnail on phone app and Discord. Okay. Made this Chimaev versus Diaz. Well, what's funny is, Sinister, this isn't even a thumbnail. You did a good job, but it's not a thumbnail. This wouldn't fit in the aspect ratio of a YouTube thumbnail. This is like an Instagram story. The aspect ratio. But it's decently done for sure. But yeah, it wouldn't fit for a YouTube thumbnail. But you did a decent job. Congrats, my friend. Do you think PFL format of seasons, I feel like it easily gives you deserving contender? I half like it, but half hate it at the same time. When I put my Venom gear, I get fine mamacitas. Fair enough. Hey, Joey, dude, you are always asking for every personal information ever. What's your zodiac sign? Dude, you're going to have to send donations for that type of info. Do you ever participate in martial arts? Will you ever, or do you want to participate? I kind of always wanted to train jiu-jitsu, but I don't know if I ever will. There's just not enough time in the day, honestly. Joey got to learn judo chop people. Fair enough. Do you want my social security number too, dude? Just message me on Twitter. I'll send you my social. What's your favorite adult cartoon, like Family Guy, Simpsons? I don't really watch any, so I don't really know. Not anymore. Back in the day, I used to love Family Guy, though, so I hope that's an answer good enough for you. Why do people want to see Edwards versus Olives? Bro, Edwards is massive. I don't know. What do you think of Kamaru stealing Yoel's line? See you soon, boy. I think it's funny. I think that's an iconic MMA line. See you soon, boy. I'm going to start saying it every time I end my streams. John Henry, do you have a crush? Do you have a crush on John? Yeah, he wants to know everything. Would you watch Usman versus Chimaev, The Ultimate Fighter? I hate The Ultimate Fighter, so no, but I probably would. Sinister make really good Islam Charles thumbnail. Fair enough. You watch any of... I have no idea what you're saying. Yeah, I've always wondered what it would look like if MMA was held more like other sports and had seasons. And I think PFL does the best versions of that. Bellator used to do that. I'm going to send you, Sinister, I'm going to send you back a thumbnail just so you can see it in comparison. Look at the size difference. You see how yours is like horizontal? Look how yours is vertical, mine's horizontal. So that's my thumbnail for tomorrow or Saturday. Okay, where are we at? I mean, you told us you were 16, wondering when your 17th birthday was. I was lying, man. I was lying about my age. I'm really 14. I'm just old for my age. I look old for my age. Might as well leak your address while you're at it. Yeah, you want my address too? Hottest women MMA fighters. I got Amanda Hebos. Verna Jandaroba for sure. I'm turning 18 in October. Happy early birthday. BJJ is so hard to learn. Honestly, boring when you're first getting into it. I'm sure it is. Who's next for Costa? Probably the winner of maybe Strickland versus Cannonier. Do you think Olive's fights in Brazil in January win, lose, or tie? I hope so, yes. What do you think the future is for Cody Garbrandt? He's fighting Ronnie Yaya. So probably a brutal KO victory. Luckily, not a brutal KO loss. That's what I'm hoping for, at least. BJJ is not boring when you first get into it. It's the most exciting thing I've ever learned. There you go. Kyle disagrees. Let's do Darren Till versus Stop. Darren Till's going to just get killed. I just zero death someone on multiverses. I'm a god. I don't know what that means, but okay. Congrats. Costa can end Till once and for all. Do you really think he's 16? I dripped my cat in some tap-out gear to see what would happen, and it turns out he was no match for my dog's Venom gear. My dog told him to get out of the 2000s, has been, and beat him a good fight, and he won. Joe, you kind of look 15 if I had to guess. Yeah. Is Muay Thai with wrapped hands, no gloves, but with legal headbutts? That's pretty interesting. I've never heard of it. Do you believe Sambo is superior to BJJ? No. Joey, are you seriously 14? Yeah, I've been lying about my age. I just want you guys to think I'm older so I can look smarter. He said he's 16, glues the beard on every night. Paige Van Zandt is fire, but whack MMA fighter. Sources telling me Dana White in talks with MMA Joe. Yeah, I put on the Venom gear. He immediately calls me. Hell no, Muay Thai is the most fun thing to get into. Till versus Curtis is a good fight for both. I doubt that happens. Only combat sport I've done was high school wrestling, and I tore my meniscus and ACL. Yeah, screw that. Why is Masvidal becoming so unlikable? Losing fights combined with, just saying outlandish shit 24/7, thinking he's owed something even though he's on a losing streak and getting dominated. Combination of all that. I like the Weasels. His videos are good, but he's way too biased towards Dagestani Baratas. Yeah, I haven't watched him enough to know, but I don't like any channels that just nothing but pictures, honestly. Yeah, the fake facial hair ain't fooling anyone. We know, Joey, you're secretly 12. Yeah. I'm in so much trouble right now. I shouldn't even be up this late. Jorge's 0-9 in his last 4 fights, and I believe he's next in line for the title. Stop. If you donate, I will donate. If I donate $1, will you tell us your real age? Look, if you guys donate $20, I'll tell you my real age. Some people already know, but nobody spoil it. $20 donation, you get my real age. I have school tomorrow. Yeah, me too. I'm going into 7th grade. So, hey Joey, did you like Courage the Cowardly Dog? Yes. I always say Charles Oliveira looks like the guy King Ramses. Charles Oliveira does. Has a 50-year-old ever competed in the UFC? No. The oldest competitor, I think it was Randy Couture, probably in his mid to late 40s. Jorge let that fake belt get to his head, and some people did that too. Yeah, for sure. Think Till is fighting this year? Probably not. I'll say no. Jorge Masvidal acting like Brie Larson right now, entitled. I don't know what that means, but okay. It's almost your bedtime, Joe. It's already past my bedtime. I drugged my parents, so that's how I'm able to go to sleep. I mean, stay up, not go to sleep. Do you think Chimaev gets a dominant performance? Yes. Yep. You guys would, but no, I don't think he fights for the title because they got to do the trilogy, so he's going to need another fight in the meantime. You guys would already know his real age if you were OG. Joe, when do you graduate and are you going to university? I haven't decided yet. Till should fight some easy unranked fighters. Till versus Kelvin Till. Sign me up. Amanda Colon says 23. I'll do 5 max. Well, if you do 5, then a combination of 50 other people have to come up with 15. So if 4 people do $5, you guys will get my age. So start up the donations. Couture was 52. I know he was old as hell when he was in there, but I didn't know he was 52. Surprising. So there you go. That's probably the oldest. I thought Charles Oliveira looked like Freaky Fred from Courage the Cowardly Dog. Oh, wasn't that the uncle or something with the weird hair? I'm a 50-year-old man. I was scheduled to fight Habib, but Dana called me the same day and told me he declined. There you go. Some karate specialist or like UFC 5 something was in his 50s. Alexei Oleinik is like 100 years old. I'm pretty sure I've said that in the past. Are you quoting me? Courage the Cowardly Dog was the weirdest, most trippy, enjoyable show I've ever seen. Dude, it was sketchy as hell. It was scary. What happens if Usman loses again to Leon Scott? Retirement. Bronson versus Hermanson? I'm probably going Hermanson. To Usman's legacy. I think it's still all right. Joey, $50 donor to throw it back. I don't know what you mean by throw it back, but I will kindly accept your $50 super chat. You guys are talking a whole lot about donations, and I don't see a whole lot of donations flying in. I'm never streaming again now. I'm never streaming again. You guys just don't care. I just don't think you guys care. Hold on a second. What is this? I'm happy to see all the Leon Edwards love, though. That's for sure. That's for sure. I can't wait for 280. Hot Cheetos, or I don't even know what the second one is, but I don't eat either. I heard that Oliveira going to fight Conor if he wins. He probably will, and that sucks. Joey, did you like Dexter's Laboratory or Powerpuff Girls? Yeah, I think I watched a little bit of them. Like early 2000s Cartoon Network, I watched it. GSP over Usman, yes. You guys hurt Joey's feelings? Yeah, exactly. Joey, I have to present in class tomorrow. Good luck. Throw that ass back. Okay. John, get to class. Yeah, go to sleep. If Izzy beats Alex next, watch Dana White start saying he's the greatest middleweight of all time. He'll be pound. They always say that, so yeah, they will. I posted a thumbnail in the members Discord just now. The next video coming up is UFC 279 worth your money, and then that's my grading of UFC 279. And then another video I'm going to do soon is talking about Oliveira, Islam, and Volk being a backup. So glad I don't got class tomorrow. Fair enough. Anyway, Vittori beats Whitaker. That's possible, but I doubtful. When will you wear Venom gear on your stream? I get too aggressive. So if I get some bad questions, I might get too aggressive if I'm wearing my Venom gear. Favorite go-to meal from a restaurant? Probably like a ribeye, medium rare, with some mashed potatoes. It's pretty good. I have no idea. If Israel gets flat out knocked out, I will party it up. I'm sure you will. Does Mr. Chimaev fight Miss Covington next? I hope so. Who do you think should fight Colby next? I want Chimaev after he dismantles Diaz. Could Whitaker move back to welterweight? Anyone in the top 5 he could beat? I don't know. It depends how the weight cut affects him. I think he could beat a lot of those guys, but it depends how the weight cut affects him. Outside of Alex Pereira and Robert, is there any challenge for Izzy at 185? There's some up-and-coming guys, but I don't know how well they're going to do. Andre Muniz, Nasser Dinamivov, but not really, no. Colby got to fight his case first, no lie. I'm so tired of hearing that, actually. I think Izzy will fight Alex like he fought Yoel. Yeah, probably not do anything. Can we expect 279 to have the lowest grade you've ever given to a card? I don't know. I have to go back. What I need to do is keep a list of my grades for the cards so I can stay consistent. You know what I mean? Do you watch any other MMA channels? What are your favorites, if so? I watch none. Literally none, basically. A little bit, basically none, but a little bit of James Lynch. James Lynch, I like him. Me and him have got together on some videos before. I've checked out other channels, but there's none that I really watch. Like, I just don't have enough time to consume that. I don't even watch really the countdowns for the UFC. I don't really watch the embeddeds most of the time. I probably would do more of it, but I just don't have the time, to be quite honest. But answer me this, guys. What are your favorite MMA channels on YouTube? Let me know in the chat. Everybody answer that question. I like to ask that and find out what you guys are watching. What are you guys watching? Let me know. Bro, I forgot the exact name, but it's something like Meat Bucket, I think. A weird-ass cartoon with two dudes who worked at a fast food. I have no idea. I'm a Dustin. If Vettori beats Whitaker, I want Vettori Costa 2. Sign me up. I'm dying. I love that first fight, so I would love to see it. I'm a Dustin fan, but when he fought DuBronx, I was almost going crazy. He couldn't knock him out. Okay. I don't know what to say to that, but I'm happy you had a good time. Bobby Knuckles would murder the entire welterweight division. I don't know about that. Khamzat versus Nate and Khamzat versus Colby, same night, 279. Sign me up. Diaz versus Chimaev over 1.5. Book it. Okay. Would you want to see Jeff Neal fight Covington? I wouldn't mind that, but I really want Covington Khamzat. If Israel Lasagna somehow beats Izzy, he should relinquish the title so someone else can be champ. Is Venom gear just a dirty Spider-Man costume? Basically. Nah, it's more of like an Iron Man suit. Who is the best fighter in each division? Of course, not always the champs are the best. In divisions such as Aljo, Piotr Jan case. Honestly, I don't have the mental capacity to pick that out, but Jan's better than Aljo. Hot take. I'm trying to think of one where the champion is not the best fighter. I can't think of any more off the top of my head. You'll have to ask me that at a later date. Feel like some of these people want to buy 279 just to watch the main event beatdown. Very true. Neal has some nice stand-up, but he will get exposed by Shavkat, Colby, Marty, Chimaev, Burns. Yeah. Top 3 UFC cards of the past decade. I don't have the mental capacity to think about that either. Cringiest moment in UFC history? Probably Jessica Evil Eye. Going, here we go, evil, here we go. The clip's on my Instagram if you want to check it out. At MMA Joey C. What could be UFC 282 and 283? It's going to be Yuri versus Glover for 282. And maybe Jones versus Stipe 282. For 283, it could be Oliveira defending his belt against somebody. Jose Aldo will probably be on that card. They'll actually probably let Nunes beat up some bum on UFC 283. Honestly, you and Bisbing are the only MMA channels I watch. Thank you, Brendan. MMA Guru, MMA Joey weighing in are the main channels I watch. Fair enough, Kyle. I got to give. My favorite channels are yours and James Lynch and a little bit of Guru. Fair enough. Tony versus Li Jingliang. Who do you pick? I don't know, man. I'm biased towards Tony a little bit, but I also think it's not necessarily biased that I think Tony's better than people give him credit for, but it's almost a trick because people are trashing his skill set where I think he's a lot better than people give him credit for. So it's like a trick into picking him, but I think he's better than Li Jingliang, but Li Jingliang's too big, too strong, and finds your chin. I think he probably flatlines him. And I watch Chael every now and again. Well, don't. Stop doing that. This editing stuff a shit because I got ideas just limited. I used to do all my thumbnails on my phone up until maybe 6 months ago or right before the end of the year. I only watch you, MMA Joey, because you're very easy to understand. Why are you apologizing? I appreciate you. That's what I try to be. I try to be easy to understand. What do you think of UFC suing Bisbang for copyright stuff because of clips used in the documentary? That's weird. No Venom gear is no dirty Spider-Man custom. It's something that you will buy and wear and you evolve in a slightly higher entity. Okay. Will Colby beat Bilal if they would fight? Probably, yeah. Josh Thompson's extremely biased. Yeah, he's extremely biased about everything. I wish Jan would fight Triple Clown. I would go crazy for that one. Yeah, Jan would beat him up. Chimaev versus Nate is going to be a blast. Shame on you, Paul B. Colby would dog walk Chimaev. No. Pereira versus Chimaev. I honestly probably pick Chimaev. That sounds crazy, but I probably would. Favorite MMA channels I watch are you, The Weasel, Chael Sonnen, and Ariel for his interviews, and Full Mount MMA. Thank you. I appreciate it. Ariel does have the best interviews for sure. His channel, he just gets the biggest names on his channel, and that's why they're so good. Nothing against females in the UFC, but I really don't like them on pay-per-views. It depends on the fight, man. I think it all matters about the fight. Let's not forget Priscilla tried to gouge a girl's eye out while getting choked out and didn't get cut for it. Yeah, it's annoying as hell. I hate that. Is Edwards the greatest fighter to hail from the UK? I'll say sure. Yes, I do. Depends what fight it is. I don't mind watching Val because she's technical. Do you think a lot of people lost their bet when Usman lost to Edwards? Also, do you think interim? No. I wish school didn't give homework. I just want to be a kid. Okay. Why do I feel like you're always trolling? Crazy how people were saying Yoel and Usman have the greatest chance and eat kicks like lunch. Yoel with Costa and Usman with Burns, but Usman didn't hold up this time. When great chins get cracked. Yes, they do. Royce Gracie in his prime versus Khamzat. Probably Khamzat. Bludgeons him. Probably bludgeons him. Because he's going to be looking to roll for submissions, and he's probably just going to get bludgeoned to death. Who's your favorite female fighter? I don't know. Maybe Wei Li. Probably Wei Li Zhang. Era does the best interviews, so I watch the MMA Hour for only interviews. Yeah, I don't even watch it, though. I'll just watch clips sometimes that get posted around or just there's a guy that tweets out like cliff notes of them. So we could also get Figgy Moreno in Brazil in January. I just realized we could get Figgy Moreno in Brazil. That's what'll probably happen. That's what'll probably happen, honestly. Guys, do me a favor. If you have not liked the stream yet, like the stream right this second. If you're watching and you're not subscribed to the channel, go subscribe to the channel right this very second. Go subscribe to the channel right this very second. I would greatly appreciate it. I'm trying to get to 5,000 subscribers. Just little me trying to get to 5,000. I got to get to 5,000 because I want to try to get to 10,000 before the end of the year. That's the goal. We're not even a year and a half into the channel. So right now we had all of April, all of May, all of June, all of July, all of August. So we are 1 year, 5 months. So we're going on a year and a half. I started this channel in April of 2021, the first day of April in 2021. So we'll see. We will see. Where was I at? Absolutely not. And that would be 3. Hey, I just remembered. I don't know if I'm bad at doing lists, but maybe. And I haven't learned any more about it. My fault. You getting many trolls lately or nah? A little bit here and there, but not too much. Could you see Khamzat possibly going up for middleweight belt while Leon and Usman run it back? That is possible. I could see that happening, maybe, but I doubt it. What do you dislike most about being a fan of the UFC, media, etc., etc.? I don't know. I have no idea. What do I dislike the most? I hate that the media that covers the UFC is like basically, controlled by the UFC. I hate following fan bases. I hate the constant advertisement of betting and alcohol. It's actually really annoying. And I don't even really have nothing against it. It's nothing to do like, oh, I don't like betting or alcohol, which I don't, but I'm just saying. I'm just so tired. We talked about this on stream last week of it being crammed down our throat 24/7. I get tired of seeing the same ads over and over again. ESPN Plus playing the same 3 ads for 3 hours straight make me want to break my camera. So there's some things I can think of. Is UFC Brazil going to be crazy stacked with Brazilian guys? Probably. Who do you got for Yudong Sandhagen? I'm curious to how Usman recovers from that KO. Wonder how his chin will be. Yeah. I'm not doing shorts, dude. I'm not doing shorts. Imagine Oz versus Volk, Moreno versus Devison 4, Glover versus Yuri 2, and Aldo versus Cruz. They're not going to stack it that much, guys. Does Khamzat have the best chance to be triple champ? No. He's not going to be 205 champ. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. He would get steamrolled at 205. Why did Usman say lapping division when he only fought 3 guys twice? That's exactly why. He's saying he's beating the same guys over and over again. That's what lapping means. Would Khamzat get an immediate title shot if Izzy beats Pereira and Khamzat waits for Usman and Leon 3 to finish? I think it's possible if he begs for it, tells the UFC wants it. Khamzat getting dog walked at light heavyweight. Most intriguing fighter in the UFC right now, I think about guys like Charles and Yuri probably. I feel bad for John Morgan next time Colby fights. I think he's not going to ask questions. What do you think? He probably will. He probably doesn't care what Colby thinks or says. Ngannou versus Gane was a dog shit card. So was Masvidal versus Colby as well. I don't think the Ngannou Gane card was that bad because at least we had the Moreno Figgy fight on there, which was a great fight. You know, the main event wasn't great, but it could have been better for sure, and it wasn't super stacked by any means. It's funny to me because even if Pereira wins, he probably loses the belt to Whitaker, any good grappler. I agree. Whitaker, Vettori. If he wins, he's going to trilogy with Adesanya anyway. Or rematch Adesanya, not trilogy. Do you think Izzy's on steroids because he took Rockhold and Romero's punch and that's not real evidence to me. Can you see 279 doing better than 272? Yes, for sure. I could see it. I could see it doing better. I could see it doing better for sure. For sure. Let me X out of this. Don't need that anymore. When I do these streams, I end up with like 65 tabs open from looking at different stuff that we're talking about. Where are we at? Okay. Huh. Do you think okay, I already read that. Costa fights with Luke was sloppy. Yeah, it wasn't a great fight at all. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't great. Do you keep up with Dana White's Contender Series? Not really. Not really. Any interesting fighters I should note? All the Contender Series, I have no idea. I haven't been paying attention since the Bo Nickel fight. I mean, like Dana White's Contender Series is just half the time it's low-level MMA. I've occasionally streamed some, but it's like, and it's constant talk about betting and odds, and it just drives me nuts. And a lot of times we'll see boring fight cards. So, what's your scariest villain on Courage the Cowardly Dog? Return the slab. Return the slab for sure. King Ramses. What are your short-term goals for the channel? 5,000 subscribers. I'm only, let's see how many I'm away. Let's do the math. We have 4,617, aka 383 subscribers away from 5,000. There's got to be someone in here who's not subscribed right now. Go subscribe so I can watch this number go up. Let's see. I'm waiting for someone to just unsubscribe now. I'm sure there will be somebody maybe, but we'll see. I know there's got to be one of you 60 guys in here who's not subscribed to the channel. Is Holland fighting D-Rob? Supposedly, but it's not 100% official yet. It's not 100% official yet. How often do you bet on fights? Basically, rarely. Do you like hot dogs or hamburgers more, and who's the best sus fighter? I probably like hamburgers more. Every time I read Masvidal tweet, I lose I don't even bother. I don't even bother reading it, to be honest. Luke's secret help save the card. You bugging, bro? Okay. Will Magomed Ankalaev be a champion in light heavyweight? Yes. There you go. Jason, answer your question. Who do you want to be the next? I don't really care. I'm not going to watch it most likely anyway. I'm really just not. So don't look at me. I've been subbed. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Yeah, everyone that's in here is like subbed right now. You can see everyone's a public subscriber, basically. Is there anyone that's not a public subscriber right now? What is that little? Maybe, I don't know. Maybe that's not the sign for that. What's next for Patty? Maybe Jim Miller. Can Amanda attempt triple champ status instead of fighting a bum? What is she going to go to 15? She can lose 20 pounds? No, she can't barely make 35. Can you make a list, in your opinion, who are the top 5 in 155 actually? Maybe, man. I don't. That stuff's just so subjective. It's hard. Edson Barboza versus Ilia Topuria. Who do you pick? Ilia Topuria, probably. I think Edson Barboza is on the down slope. It's on the down slope. Close. Hold on one second. Amanda Nunes, def become triple champ. No. What do you think's next for Ortega? I want to see him versus Bryce Mitchell. If one current champion was going to hold the belt until they retire, who do you think it would be? Probably Nunes. Probably Nunes at this point. Probably. I'm literally tired of hearing his name at this point. Trevor Whitman is an MMA villain. His smile is so threatening for no reason. Dude looks like a straight up psychopath. I think Izzy holds the belt, not going to lie. He plays so defensive. Yeah, that could be. He could hold it until he retired. Can you imagine? Sucks to say, but I don't think Barboza will taste gold. Yeah, he's never tasted gold. I mean, his chance was years ago. His chance was years ago. And it didn't happen. And it didn't happen, my friend, unfortunately for him. Like, he never got a title shot, but I'm saying, like, if he was going to do it, it was going to be 3-4 years ago. Who's the first guy to defeat Patty Pimblett? No idea. Amanda could go 125, 135. Oh, I was thinking there's only 115. I forgot about 125. Yeah, but could she make 125? I don't know. That's going to be tough. That's going to be very, very tough for her. I don't know if she can. She can barely make 35. Do you think Volk has a realistic chance against Charles? Yes. I could see him beating Charles. Volk is really, really good. Do you think Alex will face the winner of Makhachev Oliveira? Probably, most likely. I don't see Amanda making no 25. Yeah. Do you think Yoel Romero never been cut if he would still be in the top 5 or 10? Probably. Yes. Sup, man? New to the channel. Good stuff. Just lurking. Finally getting to play God of Wars 4. Thank you, Stephanie. I can't pronounce the other name, but thank you. I'm glad you found the channel. Thanks for your support, and hope you enjoy playing God of War 4. I feel sad prospect Roberto Soldic chose 1 instead of UFC. A lot of people were disappointed about that. Is love worth it or no? This girl's been hitting on me. Dude, you're always asking the weird questions. I don't know. Hey, Joey Blachowicz took down and out. Strike Israel. He's shorter than him. Why couldn't Adesanya beat him? Jan has nasty power. That's a big difference. It's hard to strike when a guy's throwing back at you with nasty power. So, no, Conor could never go back to 45. And the size of Blachowicz is much bigger than him. Blachowicz probably weighed 210 when he fought Adesanya. Adesanya probably weighed, what he weighed at the weigh-ins, whatever that was, 195 or whatever. She needs to lay off the hormone. Okay, come on, man. Is non-English speaking Pereira will hinder Izzy trash talk as that motivates him during fight week? I have no idea. Who are you rooting for in Makhachev and Oliveira, and why? Oliveira for sure. And I've always been a big Oliveira fan. And I love his fighting style. So I'm rooting for Charles Oliveira. Dude looked like he was going to die, but he was a dog. Do you think Yoel could been champ if he had just fought at 205 and had his weight under control? Probably not at 205. 185 if he would have. All he had to do was push the action more against Adesanya, and he could have won. How do fighters usually wait after their fight? I see active fighters like Izzy and Volk fight after 4 months, or they have guys who it varies from fighter to fighter. Would you pay to watch Conor versus Wonderboy at 170? No. Who do you think should Costa fight next? Maybe the winner of Vettori versus Whitaker, or Strickland versus Cannonier. I'd like to see either one of those matchups. I think they would make a lot of sense and be a lot of fun. Do you think Islam will talk smack coming the fight week? For sure, but it'll be like weird trash talk. It won't be anything crazy. It'll be like weird trash talk where he says, I'm much better than him everywhere. And people will say, I can't believe he said this and this and that. So it won't be anything crazy, but he will be talking a little bit of trash. That's funny. That is hilarious. Where was I at? Now I lost my spot. Where was I at, guys? Okay. I think I was here-ish. How am I all the way down here? What's the next likely fighter to be double champ? Volk, probably. Would be most likely. Alexander Volkanovski. Costa Cannonier would be a banger. I'd love that. How can someone love watching this sport and actually want Islam to win unless you have ties with Oliveira is king? I like watching Islam as well. Who does Adesanya fight next if he beats Pereira? Probably Costa in a rematch, honestly. O'Malley says his grappling is good and trains regularly. Could he surprise Yan with ground control? Absolutely not. Not going to happen. Never going to happen. People say that all the time. I mean, he's literally fought nothing but bums. He's literally fought nothing but bums. And he wants to believe us. Oh, I'm going to surprise a lot of people. Oh, what? Because your coach Tim has been telling you will? So dumb. So dumb. What are you going to do on UFC 279 fight week? I can just imagine you shitting on the card the whole week. Then turn out to be a banger. I don't care if every fight on the card's exciting. It doesn't change the fact that it's a shit card. Exciting fights doesn't necessarily mean good card. For me, I like fights of importance. There can be a good preseason game. That doesn't make it any more enjoyable. So I hope it's really good fights. I hope it's amazing as far as the fight outcomes. But at the end of the day, it's still not fights that I'm super pumped for. Terrence McKinney versus Topuria. Terrence McKinney's too big. Can you imagine Charles doing well in enemy territory but brutally KO'd in Brazil? I have no idea. If Adesanya beats Pereira, I want to see him at light heavyweight. No. He's not going up to light heavyweight again. But maybe if Yuri's champ, I guess he could. He could if Yuri's champ. I mean, Yuri, I think, still wrecks him, but we'll see. Patty doesn't have a fight. Charles versus Conor in Brazil for the title if Charles beats Islam. Stop. Oliveira versus O'Malley. What? Probably not, but maybe. I'll think about it. I'm probably going to stream 279. I don't understand why the UFC doesn't make Khamzat versus Colby right now. It's a perfect time. I think Colby would rather fight Brian Ortega, the real world. Yeah, exactly. Colby don't want it. Which UFC champion could make a great coach in the future? No idea. I agree with see why you're pissed at the matchmaking to have a main event, not even be a title fight. And it's a one-sided matchup too. Tony Leach can be good. Tony was looking good versus Chandler. I've been high on Tony. I think people are pretending he's washed up when he's really not that bad. But I just don't like the power coming back from Li Jingliang in the short layoff. Chances Yan Sugar ends in a no contest. I'll say 50-50. Same, I think he uses range and clips him to get to TKO. Could Sean Strickland get a title shot with a win over Cannonier? Probably. If he goes out there and beats up Cannonier. I mean, Cannonier just lost to Robert Whitaker not that long ago, end of 2020. And he just fought for a title not that long after. So, yeah. They can use the press conference clips to promote the fight. Would Conor stand a chance against Charles? Yes, he would. Conor has a nasty left hand, good power, and Oliveira gets clipped. Tony will choke Li Jingliang. We'll see. Guys like Conor, John Jones coming back is starting to disappoint me. I just don't see it happen too much. Yeah, it's so annoying. Do you remember Sean Brady one-arm guillotine on Aguilera out cold finish? He's going to bring that energy on Bilal. I feel like vaguely, but I'm having a trouble remembering that. The only problem with Tony Lee matchup for Tony is that Tony definitely could outpoint him, but Lee does have that power. Exactly. Thanks for the great content. Signing off. Thank you for watching, my friend. Izzy Strickland would literally be Izzy Kinnear too, not competitive and boring. Yeah, who would even want to see that? But I could see it happening. I could see it happening for sure. It'd be super annoying, but I could see it totally happening. Where are we at? Let me see. Okay. I think we're done for tonight. I think we're done. This has been a 2-hour stream already? A 2-hour stream? Yeah, they should have done Tony Ferguson, Conor McGregor. Look, guys, I'm going to get out of here in a minute. I appreciate you guys all for joining me. It's been a long night. It's 1:26. I got to get up early. So I'm going to get out of here. Hopefully I'll have a video out tomorrow evening. I'll record it tomorrow evening and put it out right away. What a weirdo. So hopefully tomorrow you'll have a video. I might stream ONE FC tomorrow too. But I'm not sure. When you blow up, you'll have a live audience watching you. I don't know what you're saying there, but okay. So I'm going to get out of here. Look for the video tomorrow. I might stream ONE FC. I might not. I'm not decided yet. Thank you guys all for joining me. Don't forget to like the stream before you go. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel before you go. If you want to become a member of the channel, the link is in the description. And join our members Discord. And I think that's it. Good night to everyone. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your night.